Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. Today we're going to be talking about a variety of news. Probably the most exciting is the biometric data breach. Guys, I keep telling you, stop using fingerprints on stuff. Now, unfortunately this list here, not much you're going to do about it because it's your employer. Yeah. We'll get into that. But let's see who is here today. Got STS Tech, greetings. Does not use Face ID, but does use fingerprints. Print them up. Keegan, in high school, a biometric data leak was someone putting their hiney in the copier and hanging the pictures around the hallways. Yep. i5 has onboard graphics and an AMD PCI GPU card. Does that mean you can use onboard graphics and run Linux to create a Windows or Mac with a pass-through? Possibly could do that. To look into that. Quint Berkeley, hello to you. Q1 Fiend, greetings. And the kitty says, meow. Catman Denny, how's it going there, Catman? Meow. DJ, hello to you. KO2610, your number has just been called. Mr. Gnostic, greetings. Yeah, there's surveillance all over the place. Ben Fitzpatrick, hello to you. And Ricky, greetings. How's it going there? Sleepy Eyes Vince, hello there. Mr. Zydo, hello. Did I say that right? Is that Zydo? Okay, try as I might, I still leave fingerprints everywhere. Well, you can always melt your fingerprints off with hydrochloric acid. I mean, you can always do that. Hello, Crowman, greetings. Big thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up for the kitty. Thumbs me up. All right. Well, we do have one update. Like the stream on the other channel. Well, awesome. Well, I am glad you enjoyed it. Okay, so just a very brief update to a story from last week. A woman accused of Capital One hack. Remember that lady? She worked for AWS. Yeah, she apparently stole data from 30 different companies. I don't know if they gave us an actual list of these or not. Whoa, the kitty just came by and gave us the moon and got out of here. He's like, here's your biometric leak. All right, 30 different companies, they said. I don't know if we have a list of these or not, but that's exciting, you know. So AWS, you know, leaks data all the time. And one of the other things that I say in terms of all this privacy, even if the company has the best privacy, the best security, I should say, in the world, it doesn't stop a rogue hacker. Like, you know, last week we talked about the hacker paid over $1 million to AT&T employees to install malware on their network. Your data wasn't safe from them. And that's the type of stuff that we start to see. So let's go ahead and jump back over into the comments, and then we will get started on our show tonight. Evening Gunner, hello Hunter. Ashton Snap, DEFCON hacked Blackboard and Follett. Yeah. Finally deleted Facebook. All right, very cool. Figured out how to stream to YouTube, do live and Twitch at the same time and sync them. Ooh, that'd be fun. My future self told me not... Oh, your future self told you not to register on Facebook. Yeah. Good wise move. Are we ready to jump on into the privacy news? We got 3 sections today, guys. We have revitalized this week evil tech, because there were enough evil tech articles in the news this week to merit an entire evil tech section. So if you haven't been around for evil tech, that's when things get really fun. All right, let's dive on into privacy. What do we got? We're doing Nord today, I think. There we are. Welcome back to Switch to Linux. This is the weekly news roundup privacy edition. And today we're going to be talking about some exciting privacy news. But first, if you want to help support the channel and you are a person who needs a VPN, and not everybody does, but if you are a person who needs a VPN, definitely consider using my affiliate link for Nord, tlm.li/Nord. So with Nord, you can connect up to 6 devices simultaneously on your single account, so you won't have to worry about sharing those logins. And your devices, they can be used on servers all around the world. And this is not a company that is based in the Five Eyes. So if that is important to you, consider using my Nord affiliate link to pick up Nord VPN. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jive on over into the news. I think I said jive on over into the news. Something's not jiving, yo. All right, so guys, everyone's getting in on the act, and Facebook just couldn't help it. So yes, Facebook has also paid contractors to subscribe users' audio chats. So what is this? This is Apple, this is Google, this is Microsoft, as we learned last week. This was Amazon. Which was the first? I forgot. But now basically all of the big companies are out there. And now we just need, Samsung's just going to be like, guys, we need to hire some contractors quick to start transcribing data because we can't be left behind. I mean, come on. People are already ripping on us. We can't possibly be the only guy that's not having our stuff transcribed. So again, of course, as soon as this comes out, Facebook's like, oh my, we stopped doing that, because they did. And then, of course, they said in here, hey, we only did this if you selected to, if you've selected. The company said users that were affected chose the option in Facebook Messenger app to have their voice chats transcribed. Anyone out there still using Facebook that actually had that checkmark transcribed? There's just another thing that just kind of threw on there last minute, never told anybody about it, so nobody knew to go and check it out. That is exciting. There's kind of a related news to this. I didn't include it in the news, but it's worth mentioning just here briefly in passing. Facebook is starting a bunch of cyber cafes where you can go in and they'll give you free coffee if you sit down and walk through your Facebook settings with them. I guess that's an okay thing. But anyway, these contractors that were transcribing these Facebook messengers were told, we're not told where they grabbed this audio data from. They were just told to transcribe it. And they're like, oh, some of it's bad language and naughty stuff. And so, of course, all of these guys, Facebook's like, oh, all right, guys, we stopped. Well, we stopped doing this. This is just crazy. We stopped. I mean, now the article says Google stopped. No, Google only said they stopped in the EU because of the GDPR. They didn't say they stopped everywhere else. Apple said they stopped. Facebook like, we stopped. Amazon's like, we stopped. But Microsoft doubled down, people. Microsoft doubled down. They doubled down. I'm telling you, what does this mean? Well, Microsoft says, yes, humans emit to Skype, and we are going to update our privacy policies to reflect that. Google stopped in some places. Apple stopped. Facebook stopped. Facebook stopped. Microsoft doubled down. They said, oh yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. And we're now putting in our privacy policy, so you know we're doing it. We're passing this stuff on over to human beings. We will have them all. All right, guys, this is crazy. All right, so of course, Microsoft comes out and says, oh yeah, we're doing this. And oh, you don't like that? So here's Microsoft's new privacy statement. And if we come on down here to the bottom, we just have to look for the word here, human. Our processing of personal data for these purposes includes both automated and manual, parenthesis, human methods of processing. Yes, they are using our personal data. Facebook stopped. Apple stopped. Amazon, I think, stopped. Google at least stopped over there in the EU. Microsoft doubled down. Yeah, we're doing it, and we're going to keep doing it. We're going to harvest all your data, and there's nothing you can do because we own the computer world. So, yes, Microsoft has indeed doubled down. They are still listening. They're going to continue still listening, and there's nothing you can do about it if you keep using Microsoft products because they have informed you in their privacy policies that they are doing this. So guys, switch to Linux. Will you just switch to Linux? Come on. Oh boy. How to sync all your fitness activities with Google Fit. Guys, do I need to remind you that Google is trying to launch an entire group, an entire thing where they're collecting all of your data. They're trying to start up medical groups. They're starting to do AI, and they're starting to work with some kind of not as good companies in the background to do all this stuff. You do not need, read this article, guys, just so you know what not to do with your Android and Google devices. All right, syncing all of your fitness activities with Google Fit. You don't want to sync your Google activities with Google Fit, people. You don't want to. This is insanity. Stop. We need to stop doing this stuff. Stop doing this stuff. But anyway, hey, if you're doing Runkeeper, you can keep all your settings in here. Keep it all, turn it all on. This is all great. Come on, nothing to see here. Just turn it all on. Give all your health data to Google. Help the future AIs of all insanity destroy the world by collecting all your health data and then selling it to your insurance company so they jack up your premiums like there's no tomorrow, because it's all for the betterment and a better user experience. Don't do this, people. Go through this article, flip through this, and make sure every one of these things is the opposite thing as what they're telling you to do in this article, because we don't need to be sharing that data. All right, this one here, I don't know if they're collecting the data here, but it's definitely an interesting fringe case that I said, a little terry. So this actually comes directly from Apple's newsroom site. So Apple is bringing contactless student IDs on iPhone and Apple Watch to more universities. So now I think they said they have about 100 or so universities, 100,000 college students or so. A great number of universities are now starting to do this, where they're syncing their student ID system with the contactless pay section in Apple's devices. Of course, the idea here is to make things more convenient for you, that you can just leave your whole wallet at home. Of course they want you to leave your wallet at home. So if you're out and you want to buy your frou-frou cappuccino for way too much money at Stardies, I was trying to come up with a bad name for Starbucks. Couldn't come up with one. Go to Starbucks. And you have to use Apple Pay. So this is a way for Apple to make it much more convenient for the student to just keep their ID and their wallets and their cash and their credit cards and other stuff at home and just use everything with their Apple device. You may as well just buy everything, use this. Of course, this will tie into the student, the student payment methods. So here at Penn State, we have Lion Cash. You fill it up there, which of course now it just directly automates. You filled it up when I was in grad school. And then, now it'll just directly tie to a card or an account or something. You just go by and swoop, 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 swoop. All sorts of places in town. Just deduct, and you never know what you're doing. And so at the end of the month, Apple's going to collect huge amounts of royalties off of you. They're trying to make it very convenient. But the greater privacy risk here is that with this type of system, Apple can now track your use and your movements around campus and the surrounding communities. And that's why I put it in the facial news, in the privacy news. I'm not quite sure what's going on with all of this stuff here. It's just something to keep an eye on. And I'd say, if you're a student, don't do this. Keep your ID. Keep your college stuff and your ID stuff and your life off of all these tech platforms. This is what they want. They want to merge everything into one simple point. And then, of course, what happens if you lose your phone? What happens when you're out and about and you drop your phone in the toilet? How you getting around? How you paying when you don't have all your stuff? Guys, carry your IDs with you. We do not need to get to the world where we stop carrying our ID and we stop carrying our money with us. Disconnect yourself from this type of stuff. Just be warned. All right. Facial recognition tech misidentified 26 California lawmakers. This has to do with an ACLU lawsuit to attempt to ban facial recognition on body cameras in California. So when they did the test, this was the same exact test that was used against the Congress last year, which said, oh, there's all these criminals. Like, yeah, but there's all these guys that didn't identify as criminals. See, the thing has too many false negatives, and they're all in Congress. Just lock them all up, But anyway, this says 26 California law members were flagged as criminals. And they even said more than half of those falsely identified as people of color. Guys, I'm looking at this list here. I don't see a lot of people of color on this. I'm sorry, I don't. But it doesn't matter if it's people of color or not. Their point here is correct. One false match is too many. You get to a case where the body cam footage thinks you're a criminal. They tie you all up. That gets all mixed up, and now you can't even find a job because everyone looks you up and says, oh, you're a criminal now. So this kind of thing happened up in Erie just recently. A judge was found to have accidentally filed over 3,000 civil cases as criminal cases. So literally people who had paid a fine for an overdue library book got filed as a criminal charge. And they kept now failing criminal lawsuit or criminal background checks for employment and things like this. Rejected employment because a judge was stupid and didn't file the cases right. Okay, this is the type of thing that'll start to happen if facial recognition is allowed onto police body cameras, especially since they do not work with the group of people that tends to have more crime associated with it. That's not me being mean or racist. That's actual scientific evidence demonstrates that. You don't like it, go take it up with the scientists who published the study. All right. But at the same token, any one of those that was falsely identified, no matter what their color, what their race, what their socioeconomic status is way too much. And so ACLU is trying to say, hey, we need to stop with the body or the facial recognition on body cameras. And that's kind of what they're trying to do. So this is AB 1215. So they have a bill going through this. So if it becomes through California, it will be the largest state to pass it. Both New Hampshire and Oregon have banned facial recognition for police tools as well. And this is something we really need to do. All right, on to our feature story for tonight. Major breach found in biometric system used by banks, United Kingdom police, and defense firms. So this is a company, I think the service actually is called BioStar. The company is Suprema. So this is a company that has sold all of these biometric locks and all these super secure biometric entry passwords into various buildings, military things, police things, of course, bank things, all these things that would provide the good facial scanning and facial IDs. What ended up happening is the data was stored in an unencrypted database online that was open access to the internet. 1 million fingerprints, facial recognition information, unencrypted usernames and passwords, and personal information of employees was discovered on a publicly accessible database for a company used by UK Metro Police, defense contractors, and banks. Oh, joy. So the company responsible for the BioStar 2 system allowed centralized control for access to secure facilities like warehouses and office buildings. They use fingerprints and facial recognition as part of a means for identifying people attempting to gain access. So they announced their platform was integrated into another access control system, AOS, used by 5,700 organizations in 83 countries, including governments, banks, and police. Israeli security researchers working with VPN Mentor, a service that reviews virtual private network privacies, have been running a side project to scan ports looking for familiar IP blocks. All right, so they found holes in the company's systems that could potentially lead to breaches. So they found the database was unprotected and mostly unencrypted. They were able to search the database, manipulating the URL search criteria in Elasticsearch to gain access to the data. So the researchers had access to 27.8 million records, 23 gigabytes worth of data, including administration panels, dashboards, fingerprint data, facial recognition data, face photos of users, unencrypted usernames and passwords, logs of facility access, security levels and clearance, and personal details on staff. A security company unencrypting your database and making it publicly accessible via search queries on the internet. Guys, you can change your password, you can't change your biometrics. This is why it's such a huge, crazy, massive deal that likes as the Microsoft keep on attempting to push us to get rid of those pesky passwords, use your biometrics instead. No, I can change my password when some fool does not encrypt a database. This stuff is permanently out in the open. Sorry. Guys, stop using biometric stuff for anything. Nothing. Even if it allegedly stays on the phone, even if it's allegedly just a unique hash, don't use it. Don't get used to it. Just don't. This is the type of stuff that's happening. So, be wary. Be wary. Biometric data. Even security companies are woefully incompetent when it comes to security. That's why I just absolutely blatantly laugh when I hear a company like, but it's secure data. Yeah, right. Go tell DEF CON it's secure. Somebody in there will figure it out. Well, let me know what you think about all of these articles in the comments down below. All right, let's see. Wouldn't carry any electronic devices at DEF CON. No, no. Carry a Game Boy Pocket for one of the personal organizing carts, yeah. Pass the paper towels. Spare a square. Evil Tech Umbrella Corp in the real world, yeah. Turn your headphones down, yes. Your cat lick your feet while in bed, no. Fire extinguishers are prepared, yes, you need fire extinguishers. Meow, Mr. Cat Gamer. My info from Facebook and scrammed. Going through the package, it's scary what they collected, yep. UK cyber cafes are in, yes, the Facebook cyber cafes are in UK. Have a gas can and some thermite. Very cool. Nice. Who reads the privacy policy? Just guys like us. Boy. Seriously believe other companies really stopped? Long list of stuff they collect. Wonder if it'll be quicker to just say everything. Yep. How do you not ignite when you're surrounded by flames? Yeah, I am switched. I am fireproof. Anyone bring the marshmallows? Dave Price is building a Linux PC. Awesome. Very cool. So a friend brought me an old computer they had laying around today. He's like, yeah, we don't need this one. Front there, man. Windows XP, baby. Windows XP. Open this guy up. No SATA ports. Power supply would have fit. Connection cable would have been long enough. Nothing to power a modern device. This thing still had a modem. I'm actually going to use it to get all those things off those 3.5 floppies I found not long ago. That's what I'm going to do with it. Copy them bad boys into my servers. MS is still evil. Remove it soon. LTT, they were talking about some Fedbook wanting to open privacy lounges around the country. Oh, joy. That's exciting. Super scared because the only people at the company are like 6 janitors and some guy who got lost on the way to the restroom. Yep, they made him the CEO. I can see why Amish knows better not to use technology, and now Tom is warning us. That's right. Star Schmucks. There you go. Thank you, Star Schmucks. Refuse to use any device, pay for things. Can't use Apple Pay even if I wanted to. My bank doesn't support it. Well, that's good. Go and give your bank some donuts. Say thank you for not supporting Apple Pay. My spider senses detected my file in the dark web getting larger. Yep. Anti-beacon messes with WaterFox, but that's something fixable. Wait until you get a subdermal RFID implant with the cool tattoo on top of it. Yeah. Hello, Anarita. Greetings. Patented by Marco the Beast. Oh boy. The college I'm attending wants me to sign up with Facebook. I refused to do so and got told I may not be able to attend some classes online for seminars. Yeah. Tell them, you know what? I'm not having a Facebook account. No. If they keep on fighting, hey, you know what? Give me my money back. I'll go somewhere where I don't have to sign a deal with the devil to get an education. You know? Or here's a thought. If it's just like for, like, I mean, if it's just accessing information, dude, tell them to make their page publicly available, you know? See, it's not, I don't even endorse making a fake profile because you're still giving into the beast. Table 43 of FBI arrest statistics, yeah. Is that what it is? Table 43? Yeah. Dropped my cell in the biff when the power was out. Found out you can't call the power company with a turd. Oh. All right, so Ben Fitzpatrick will be doing a live Gen 2 install tomorrow. Ben, go ahead and throw your channel link in there if anyone wants to follow along. Follow Ben Fitzpatrick's channel for details. I don't hold my phone above water. UK, you basically need a license to hold a butter knife. That's right. 11 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern. 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. Multi-face palm. Businesses need better options. A key card or a code lock instead of biometric. Yep. Wait until someone starts printing 3D silicone fingers with procedurally generated fingerprints. Yep. It's in the military. Too late for you, yeah. Disney World uses biometrics. Oh, joy. Oh, really? That's exciting. Cotton balls stuffed in your gums will fool the future face recognition. Deforms your face too much. Ooh. Hello, Spin Viking. Greetings, greetings. I have like 103.5 DSHD floppies unused. Don't have a floppy drive though, yeah. WinXP is almost 20 years old. I know. I got my first WinXP machine when I was shortly after I started grad school. I think it might have been my first semester in grad school, maybe my second semester. Dang, I'm old. That was almost 20 years ago. Taking diesel and getting a biology degree. There you go. Hacker loves blobs, huh? All right, somebody keep an eye on Hacker. If he's crazy, someone block him. You start doing goofy things, Hacker. My mods will lie on you. All right, guys. Let's jump on over to our businessy news, right? Weird. YouTube just randomly logged me off, so I couldn't comment. Interesting. All right, where's my business section? Corporatocracy, where are you, corporatocracy? Welcome back to the business section of the weekly news roundup. These are recorded live Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So today, if you are looking for a website, I'm using my SiteGround affiliate link now, tlm.li/SGH. Link will be in the description down below. If you need web hosting, consider using SiteGround. That always helps this channel out. With that, let's jump on into the business news. So Amazon is launching a new program to donate unsold products. So basically what's going on here is this is from third-party sellers who send their things to be fulfilled by Amazon. So you send your things out. After a period of time, if they don't sell, Amazon will send them back, or you can opt to have them destroyed. Some people just don't want to receive all those things back, and I completely get it. There might be costs involved and things like that. As an author, you have the option through Lightning Source to have return copies sent back to you, which will cost you the amount of money that it costs to ship them. And so, I mean, it's an option. I can say you can ship them back to me, or I can say you can destroy them, or I can say, whatever else. So what Amazon's doing here is it's now giving an option for those third-party sellers that don't want their inventory anymore to donate them instead. So it's kind of like a company, if you pass all this data out to Amazon, passing all the data there out to Amazon, then they can't just take your stuff and just donate it. They need your permission for that. So basically, they're just building in the ability to add the permissions. This is a good thing. I think that it allows them to donate otherwise good, usable things rather than just destroy millions of dollars of otherwise useful products at the time. All right. On a weird one. So there is a hacker. He kind of decided, hey, I'm going to experiment with something. So in California, you're able to get a custom license plate. He decided to use null. He's like, hey, this will be fun. You know, null. Anything that shows up with this, it'll show up as null. No license plate, no license plate, no license plate. Well, there was an unexpected consequence. Turns out that sometimes all of the records for the cars aren't correct. And so they might cross-reference several pieces of data if they don't have a complete license plate or whatever else. So a lot of license plates entered as null. And as soon as null showed up as an actual license plate, every one of those parking tickets and other criminal things attached to cars that they didn't have the complete license plate number for automatically got attached to him. $12,000 of parking tickets later, hacker realized putting null as your license plate is not a good thing to do. All right, so, well, I was like, he joked, I'm going to be invisible. Instead, he became the most visible in the traffic system. So, you know, null is, don't use null as your license plate. Just an FYI. Pro tip, hacker pro tip. All right, Google Assistant will let you send reminders to friends and family. I don't know what I feel about this. I wasn't sure if I want to put this in the business or in the privacy. So the idea here is that, of course, you attach your whole family on up to your Google device, which I already automatically say don't do, particularly these ones that are smart speakers because, you know, they're recording all of your phone calls and all this stuff and sending it over. And then, of course, if it's a child who is under the age of 13, you know, they tell them to create the privacy-compliant account through the Family Link platform and then pair the account with the child's voice. I don't want to pair my child's voice with anything owned by a big tech company. I'm sorry. And then, of course, now what you can do is you can all leave information based upon either a time or an event or even a location. You know, the kid's walking home from school, because that's what kids do now. The phone beeps, they pick it up, and then it's like you get a notification, oh, you need to stop by the store that you just are walking past right now. So the notification would trigger by a location trigger, or it would trigger by some event. You know, you walk in the door, you walk close to the thing at home, and take out the trash. I said, the dog saying to take out the trash? Is the dog's name Greg? Why is there a dog with a note to take out the trash? I don't know. Anyway, so I don't know what to feel about this. It's an interesting concept. If I could do this on a system that was exclusively on my own home network and not something that was tied to a big digital service, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's just the fact it's tied to a big digital service like Google that I'm a little uneasy with. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Oh, joy. So Microsoft figured out a way to prevent their Surface computers from overheating, people. You throttle the CPU down to 400 megahertz. That's right. You just fork out the thousands of dollars it takes to get your amazing new Surface computer. It's running the best Windows version ever, Windows 10. It has these auto updates. Man, you will always be the most secure. You will always have the latest features. This thing is going to roll up. Problem is it was getting a little warm. And so Microsoft's like, we got a fix. So the fix actually throttled the device down. What is going on here? Am I in the right article? All of a sudden, I'm still seeing things about the Google Assistant, still taking out the trash. But I should be on the right Am I on the right article? I should be on the right article. I don't know why I'm seeing things from other articles down there. Engadget's crazy. Anyway, let me just give you what's going on because I know what's going on here. I wanted to show you from the article, but apparently it's feeding back to different articles. So the update to the Surface computers with Windows 10 throttled the system back. So instead of having some processor that would shoot up to like 3.2 gigahertz, it maxed out the processor at 400 megahertz. 400 rip-roaring awesome megahertz. You know how well Windows works on 400 megahertz? Well, it'll be going back to the Windows 3.1 days when we used to plug the thing in, you push the power button on the computer, and then you go watch TV for half an hour, and you come back and the computer was almost ready for your password. Okay, that's how slow the thing happens to be. So yes, Microsoft figured out an awesome way to to get this going. It's throttle your whole thing back. Why is Engadget so stupid? I don't know. I should be on this article, and it's giving me all sorts of exciting things. Anyway, maybe I will not pull articles from Engadget anymore. Oh well. Let's get on to our feature story for today. How do you guys think about this one? So, of course, Walt Disney is going to be streaming out their new streaming service here. I think in November it's scheduled to release, and it's actually going to be fairly pricey from what I understand. Certainly on par with what Netflix keeps on jacking up its price to. Now, Netflix, they technically have a policy that you're not allowed to share your account passwords, but they really don't do anything if you do because, hey man, whatever. As long as we detect that you're not dead, and we'll give you a phone call if we see you binging an entire, 4 series in a row without taking a break. Yeah, they actually did that once. They called somebody to make sure he was okay because his thing just kept binging the same episodes over and over. Well, Disney, guys, I'm pretty sure Disney is actually the most evil company in the world. Don't let these kiddie shows fool you. Don't let the cute animation, don't let the children's fantasy world trick you. I think Disney could potentially be the most evil company in the world. So, they don't want you sharing your streaming services. So what are they doing? Well, they're making a deal with Charter to help stop sharing accounts. So nobody really has talked about how this works, but basically if you have Charter, now there's some overlap in some Disney and some Charter things. So this deal allowed Disney, basically is like, hey Charter, so you want to be able to stream some ESPN stuff and things in your platform, do ya? Well, I've got a deal for you. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. So apparently the idea here is that they're going to look for anybody who is sharing account details. So if you have an account here at Disney and they are tying you into that general thing, and they automatically detect that somebody else is logged in with the same account over that's somewhere else, they're coming in now and saying, hey, we're kind of detecting the same thing. This looks like you're sharing account passwords and you're kicking them off. Now, it doesn't account for weird things like people are all over the place these days. I might be going to my cousin's house for the weekend and log in to watch something myself. I just happen to be on his internet. I might be logging in on the phone and then just jumping on the different Wi-Fis here and there. I have no idea how this is going to work. But basically what Disney is going to do is they want to do absolutely everything possible to prevent anybody from possibly sharing any account logins at all with anybody, because this is the most unscrupulous jerk company in the world that is so obsessed with squeezing every single penny out of every single person they possibly can, which is why they ban cash inside their theme parks. This is horrible. Guys, do not get this Disney streaming service. You know what? Do without. Suck up the gut and go, I don't need Marvel. I don't need Star Wars. There's nothing worth watching on Star Wars anymore anyway. They killed it. They're all their SJW garbage and horrible storylines and pansexual Lando Calrissian wanted to get it off with a robot. Yeah, you're dead to me, Star Wars, and Disney did it. The mouse has killed it all. Guys, don't support this company. Don't support this company. But they're teaming up with Charter in order to prevent people from sharing any data. This is from Spectrum. I believe Spectrum is Charter, right? So Walt Disney Company and Charter Communications announced a comprehensive distribution agreement. So Disney says, we'll allow you to have these things that your customers really want. In exchange, you're going to spy on your customers and you're going to let us know if anyone's sharing account details. All right. So what do you guys think about all this? This is like bad anti-consumer stuff. I don't know. Or am I completely wrong? Am I like, hey, we shouldn't be sharing account passwords anyway? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know your comments one way or the other in the comments down below. All right. Alright, Let's see. Still have a copy of XP and Vista. Nice. I still have a copy. I have OEM copies of Windows 95 and 98. Beat that. If anyone has Windows 3.1, let me know, man. That'd be awesome. If I had a USB floppy drive, I could just store crap in those. Yeah, nobody would ever know. Yeah. Still a youngin'? Yeah, maybe. My first computer in 83. Then my first in 98. Yep, good old P2 300. Nice. Cheaper libraries and better thrift stores. Yep. First computer had an AMD A4 CPU in it. Nice. Love to have a null license plate, but don't want to. Thrift stores like Goodwill just send everything, even a little value, to the warehouses for sale online. I haven't seen any game systems useful tech in one for 12 years. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's kind of a 50-50. Like, yeah, you're kind of right. I haven't seen, like, every now and again I'll see a tablet. I think we had an Xbox in ours not long ago, but it is very rare. You'll find a lot of old, outdated stuff. It's very rare, though. I would agree with you on that. So license plate that read 0 ohms with a cute blonde driving. Wow. So it's Google packed back in the teeth with creepers. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see if she offered any resistance to my advances. Ooh. Wife is sick as well. Building myself a bunker to hide from the sick females in my life. It's scarier than Tom's fire. Oh, boy. Just moving all their systems to the cloud. Oh, boy. Macy's moving all their systems to the cloud. Oh, joy. Microsoft just copied Apple. Yep. 400 megahertz. That's right. Calm down, Cupcake. Who, me? I can't calm down. I'm unhinged. That's what I'm supposed to be. Any fire yet? I had fire earlier. Okay. Disney are the reason copyrights aren't 20 years. Yeah. Yeah, Disney keeps on pushing back the copyright dates more and more and more and more. Feels the cat films are now in public domain. Mickey Mouse is not. Disney lawyers are lobbyists. Some Mickey Mouse are now actually public domain, but you have to be very careful with Mickey Mouse because there's been different variations. So I think the cutoff was as long as Mickey does not have white gloves, that version of Mickey is public domain now. If he has white gloves, that one is not public domain. There's a cutoff of the Mickey versions. Pansexual, LOL, yep. Hello, LJ, greetings. Disney refused to let their dying kid have a Spider-Man grave, and the backlash they died at that point, the kid, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you don't remember that story, so this young kid who died, I think he died of like leukemia or something, and he, like, Spider-Man was his life. They wanted to put Spider-Man on his tombstone, and Disney would not allow them to do it. It's like, really? Are you that bad of a company that you would not let a kid who died of leukemia have Spider-Man on his tombstone? I'd have done it anyway. you know what? I would have done it anyway. And let's see what happens when I keep a camera on that tombstone and Disney comes by and sues me to get rid of my dead child's tombstone because it has their copyrighted material on it. No, Disney, I'm sorry. You're going to have to go and tear it out yourself. And let's see what happens to Disney when they start desecrating a dead child's grave because they're concerned with the Spider-Man character on top of it. There's a special layer of hell reserved for Disney executives. Mentioned Star Wars, so too, yep. Expect more changes to copyright law when Steamboat Willie go in the public domain. Yep. So Chrome Man thinks it's good to share passwords. This mouse wheel? Call up 8-Bit Guy for Windows 3.11, yeah. Still have your original DOS 3.0 discs. Nice. I don't have those anymore. I will tell you this. My Windows 98 computer, or the Windows 95, the CD does not have a bootloader. You actually had to boot the computer with a floppy disk and then install the CD. So I actually think I can boot it off of my Windows 98 CD, then take out the disk and then install Windows 95. I think I can still do that. Hello, Bruce Scott. Greetings. Usually have no interest in creating YouTube content, but I've considered doing a video lifelong Linux user tries Windows for the first time. That would be fun. Old electronics stores sold 46 PCs and they had MS-DOS prompt. Yep, format the hard drives they had displayed had no OS. Oh boy. All right, one more section. We got one more. Are we ready for one more? Welcome back to the weekly news roundup, Evil Tech Edition. All right, so yeah, Apple, Google, and Microsoft, you know, the three people that control the maps that map all of our things, you know, the maps that kind of just determine where all these self-driving cars are heading, the maps that get out there and point the way to safety. They keep refusing to add railroad crossings to maps. Hundreds of people die in collisions at railroad crossings every year. So, guys, these are the maps that the autonomous cars use to navigate. That's all we need, because Google is now starting to test taxis without any people in them. You get in the taxi, and you just are in the hands of the taxi. They're driving on down. We're just going. There's no crossing here. Thump, thump. Drive you right into a train. Evil tech, man. It's out to get you. Evil tech's going to get you. It's going to get you. Yeah, you get in all these autonomous cars. They're going to be driving you around town. Right into trains. Because Google and Apple and Microsoft all are ignoring the safety, the railroad crossings to maps. So initial request was made in 2016 after a commuter train crashed into a truck in California, killing an engineer and injuring dozens. But since the years, the big map providers have failed to take action. The inaction by tech companies is angering safety advocates who note hundreds of people die in collisions at railroad crossings every year in the U.S. Those crossings could be less dangerous if drivers could see them on digital maps and GPS services they increasingly rely on navigate roads every day. All right, I'm going to stop just one moment here in time. I am going to have to side with the tech companies for this point of this article. Guys, if you're more focused on your GPS or your phone than you are focused on the road, you need to get off of the road, hand in your license, and never get behind the wheel of a car again. Because I've never come across the case where I didn't see a railroad crossing. Because I'm watching the road when I drive. I mean, really. You watch the road, you don't have to have a little picture of a railroad crossing on your little phone or your little Google map to know there's a railroad crossing. You can't miss it if you're watching the road. But that being said, my deepest concern is if they're not putting these crossings in, autonomous cars will not recognize there's a potential danger coming up. And this leads the possibility for death at the hands of evil tech. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. So yeah, they're whining about this, but the fact of the matter, like, my Garmin shows railroad crossings. Do these people's? I don't know, but of course I don't use these online systems. Guys, if you need a GPS for your car, go get a car GPS. They are infinitely better than a cell phone. If you leave the coveted areas of cell reception, they don't stop working entirely. There's a few places they don't work well, but honestly, the other systems don't work well either. I'm thinking of you, Austin, Texas, who stacks your freeways 3 layers deep. The GPS has no idea where you are. Like, which road are you on? There's 3 roads. They're all mapped on top of each other. I don't know anymore. And that's why you have to rely on your eyes. You don't rely on the device. You rely on your eyes. People, start driving again. And I've never been surprised by a sudden railroad crossing. I would be more inclined to see it on the road before I'd see it on the GPS map anyway, because I'm not really paying that much attention to any of these maps as it is. And if you are, please get off the road. I don't really trust you driving a vehicle. All right, this could be under security news. I included it here just because, hey, evil hacker figured out, he basically took a iPhone charging cable and put in a little bit of device and, just leave the cable laying around. Oh, I lost my cable there. You plug it in to charge up your phone. Or maybe, you go into, like I've seen at McDonald's will have charging stations. You go to McDonald's and you plug a cable in there and you just sit there with a laptop at the table next to it. Anybody that comes in and plugs in their device with that cable, they can now take full control of your device. So you can kind of see what's going on here. So the hacker creates this cable. His name is MG. So he dubbed his cable the OMG cable. Nice. And so you take this and you plug it into the device, and there is a wireless controller on it that will now allow you to get into the phone and do all sorts of fun and exciting stuff, be it download data, upload data, install cool apps, do fun things, wipe your phone, all sorts of fun stuff. So just be aware that, if you go in and you see these cables laying around, guys, don't just use the cable there because it's convenient. Take the time to fish yours out of your bag. Make sure you take yours back with you, and always keep your eye on your device if it's charging in these big bulk charging stations. Evil tech, someone else's evil tech there can totally mess up your phone. All right, our fun evil tech article of the day. Smart ovens have been turning on overnight and preheating 400 degrees. Burn the house down, burn the house down. All right. So these ovens are by June. And so these people that have, I'm still trying to wrap my head around why you need a smartphone connected to your app, connected to your oven. Why is this a useful thing? I just don't get it. There's no purpose in this. This is just stupidity. Can you not just watch the oven or, smell for your bagel to be done roasting or whatever else you're doing? But these June ovens had been turning themselves on in the middle of the night and heating up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. The owner's ovens aren't sure why this is happening, and June tells The Verge the error is at User error is at fault. Oh, it's the users. It's the users. Users are accidentally turning on their ovens at 4 in the morning to crank up to 400. Hey, you know. Company is planning an update that will hopefully remedy the situation. If it's the user error, how is the company going to remedy it with an update? No, that's the company. But the change isn't coming until next month. Oh, great. So, and one owner's oven turned on at 2:30 a.m. and broiled at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for hours while he slept, and he only noticed when he woke up 4 hours later. Nest Cam footage captured the exact moment it turned on. The oven illuminates his dark, empty kitchen in a truly back mirror-like recording. The owner says his wife baked a pie at around 11:30 at night of the preheating incident, but she turned the oven off once she took the pie out. So this is a $1,500 smart oven that is, guys, I'm sorry, guys. I totally meant to bring my toaster oven up here. I have a little toaster oven that's this big, okay? It cost me $10 at the local 5 and dime, you know? $1,500 for a smart oven that burns down your house. Criminies. Has computer vision to identify food that has been placed inside. Why is this useful? I know what I put inside. The oven doesn't need to know what's inside of it. The oven needs to know, turn on, cook my food. The oven does not need to know what's inside of it. I don't really need to be monitoring the food as it's cooking by my oven. Can anyone explain this to me like I'm 4? Because I just don't get it. Company raised nearly $30 million and released its second generation for $600. It's billed as 7 appliances in one: air fryer, dehydrator, slow cooker, broiler, toaster, warmer oven, convection countertop oven. They forgot house fire starter. It also pairs with an app that allows people to choose their temperature and cooking settings, as well as live stream their food as it cooks. Why? 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 Competitors have strung up with all the promises to make cooking easier. People can monitor their foods through the app, ensure it's properly, perfectly, and in some cases, subscribe to a food delivery plan that complements the oven. However, with that connected promise comes risk. The oven is always available through the tap of the app. Sounds like a bad Cat in the Hat line. Through the tap of the app, we will burn our house down. The tap of the app, we will flee. Sure, someone can turn their oven off from work if they realize they've left it on, but on the flip side, they can also accidentally turn on their oven in the middle of the night. That's all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say about that. 2 other second-generation June owner ovens have posted about similar remote preheating incidents, and private June owners Facebook group with slightly over 2,000 members. Seen by The Verge, first documented overnight preheating occurred in May. Group member wrote that he roasted potatoes around 5 p.m. one night and left them to cool in the oven. He apparently forgot to take them out. The next morning, he woke up to find the oven had turned on at 1:20 a.m. and baked at 425 degrees for 4 hours and 32 minutes. The potatoes, which were still in the oven, burned to a crisp. Had I not left potatoes on overnight, I may not have realized it turned on in the night, he wrote. New York Fire Department says unattended cooking accounts for 33% of home fires, and that fires typically start when a stove or oven is near items that can catch fire, like paper towels, or when food or grease is left in the oven. None of June oven owners reported a fire. 3rd June owner wrote in late July that her phone woke her up at 6:30 a.m. with a push notification saying that the oven had been preheated to 400 degrees and was ready to cook. She wrote that she had previously been unplugging her June every night. She had heard initial reports about ovens turning on in the middle of the night. This is dangerous and unacceptable, and I certainly don't want this thing coming on while I'm on vacation, she says. June CEO Matt Van Horn. Nice. That's like that's an evil villain name right there. Matt Van Horn, it will come and burn your house down. He says that owners, not the oven, is at fault. What a pretentious jerk. What a pretentious jerk. The owners are at fault, not the oven. We've seen few cases where customers have accidentally activated their oven preheat via a device. Figures, while you're asleep at 2 in the morning? I'll tell you what, if I had one of these things, I'd be packing it back, sending it to the company and saying, your CEO's a jerk, give me my money back. I don't want this fire hazard in my house. Unless he actually goes and examines exactly what happened with all of these ovens, you cannot possibly say that. All you're trying to do is pass the buck to your customers of all people. Figure your phone call, it tells the Verge. So imagine if I were to be in the June app clicking recipes and I accidentally tap something and preheated my oven, that just means that your app is too stupid. If your app can accidentally turn on by browsing a recipe, you got a problem, not your user. Evil villains just out to burn your house down, guys. June shipped one owner a new oven in response, but said it was because of unrelated issues. June's support team blamed Amazon's Alexa for another owner's accidental preheat. Hey, there's another reason not to connect to your Amazon Alexa to this thing. Hey Alexa, order unicorn meat. Confirm. There's no reason to remotely preheat your oven, people. Wow. Guys, get this crap out of your house. Go buy yourself a very cheap oven that, a toaster oven if you need one. Keep the thing unplugged. You plug it in, you turn it on, and then you put in your food and you turn it off and you unplug it. You don't need some smart thing that could potentially be turned on from across the room. Wow, this is insane. Wow. Crazy. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the comments down below. Oh, thank you for that super chat, Vince, my friend. Incredulous why. Yes, indeed. Why? Cell phone company wanted us to go online and told them, okay, cancel the account. They said, okay, you can keep your paper mail. Yep. Can't wait for Disney Skynet to take over. Yeah. Some dude wrote web server that runs 286. It was connected to public internet serving a site that explained the project. Nice. It's real fun to come up to rail crossing out with the sticks, stop on a whim because the road is rough, and just miss being smacked by a freight train as there were no crossing gates or lights. Rather not having autonomous self-driving vehicles, I'll continue using old cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Yep. Told once, you get old, go away with many things. Okay. New York City taxis now use OpenStreetMaps instead of Google Maps. The local FOSS guys actually got them to switch. Nice. Very cool. One thing about OpenStreetMaps, it really needs to work on fixing their address systems because it just does not work as well as it should. Okay. My generic GPS warned me not to drive into the stream that the local Walmart covered with Colvet when they built their new complex. Yeah, you do need to update your maps every now and again. Like most of the new Garmin's, they have free map updates for life. Just plug it in and it'll update itself. Such a thing called a road sign. You'd think But, you know, people follow their phones more than the signs anymore. So, you know. Never drive my Countach with a GPS. Old school driving all the way, yeah. Sad seeing car with more brains than the driver. Do you realize I'm a Star Wars nutball? No? Sorry. I liked Star Wars. But not anymore. Clever making charging cables. If you randomly plug your device into a public USB port, you only have yourself to blame. Yep. Smart oven? What? Yeah. Make a public power bank that copies phone's data. There you go. Buy an analog oven without any electronics. Just dial with the heating element. Yeah, that's what I got. Mine's cheap. Go to the store to buy a device. Now we ask for dumb device, not smart. They're holding the oven wrong. That's right. Need to contact NetBSD devs. They'll love this. Yeah, smart oven all the way. Analog stoves, digital controls is like destroy the heating coils. Yeah. You want power level 3? How about 10? That's right. Yes, I unplug everything. Even my computers all get unplugged at night. When I turn everything down, all the computers are on power grid switches. I just switch all the power switches off. I think the only things in this whole house that stay plugged in perpetually, the salt lamp over there, just because I use it every day, and it's kind of inconvenient to get to the plug. And my alarm clock, which actually I could probably just get rid of it. I mean, I don't use it for an alarm. I do like having a clock in the room though. Obviously the refrigerator, the microwave. And my central NAS. So like my power grid that runs my NAS, my router, and my modem. And the downstairs extra router is also always on. So that's it. I have like 6 things in my house that are always plugged in. Everything else is only plugged in when it's used. But $65 for an air fryer oven. It was $60 new. No digital anything. Yep. Grandma can bake ovens just fine without an operating system running her oven. Yep. Hashtag user error. Food recognition is useful if being used in a commercial environment with dumb workers, such as gas station, for example. Maybe. But this oven is like, it's a little toaster oven. It's not useful for that environment. YouTube the movie trailer for the movie Maximum Overdrive. Thank you again for that super chat, Vince. So need to create an SDO soundboard. Sorry. Gonna watch a random Dragon Warrior tournament as this Internet of Things devolution is lowering my IQ. You think maybe those things have been hacked? Probably. It's an IoT device. It was probably hacked. Some hacker probably got in there and turned it on. You're gonna spend that amount of money on an oven? Buy a Wolf oven. There you go. If someone says something stupid to me, I'll pull out my phone and get an instant Y or... There you go. Want the Sheeple voice? Oh, Gil R. Thank you for that super chat, my friend. Free-range chicken fed cows. Cooked right. I do get my milk from the farm, and I get my eggs from the chickens on the farm as well. So awesome. Well, thank you for that super chat. Free-range chicken fed cows cooked right. Is that Chick-fil-A? Your house burns down? That's not a bug. It's a feature. Note to self, don't buy a 1500 desktop oven that burns the house down. Unicorn steak, 800 degrees, 27 hours. All the owners of these are probably, yeah. Sad that Disney owns Marvel. I've been looking forward to phase 4 of the MCU. Yeah. Making good movies. Endgame, Spider-Man, Far From Home were awesome. All right. Switched off Wi-Fi on router. Switched on when only when needed. Old-fashioned. That's probably something I could do. Now I have 2 wireless networks. One is my one on the access point, which is a lot better wireless, because the downside of BSD is it does not have good support for wireless drivers. So even though the antenna that I have on my pfSense router is a BGN, BSD does not support N networks. So basically my one wireless network that's on pfSense is basically just a BG. And the one downstairs though is, I don't think it's AC. I think it's just N though. But it's a lot better. It's a lot faster of a network, and it gets a lot better coverage of the whole place. So more reliable. So I always keep that one on, just mostly for phone usage and things, but I probably could switch it off, but, there's really, I think the phones are the only thing that generally get used on that. And if I'm using a laptop around the house, which is kind of rare. Acronym SMART means secret, military, aeronautics, residential, technology. Yep. Well, in the backyard, haul up a bucket of Wi-Fi when I need it. There you go. Think more people can still tell time looking at analog clock? Probably not. I think most people are pretty much done with those days. Roomba used for breaching privacy? Yeah. Wife just said, sometimes I wish switch off wife would be handy. Throw her the pillow. Yes, Roombas map your house. Yes, they do. Use Cat 5. Yes. That's what I use. I use combinations of Cat 5 and Cat 6 across the house. Yeah, that's pretty much that. I mean, that's one of my few. I mean, I don't use BSD a lot. It's just pfSense is based on BSD. You know, it's good for specific systems like pfSense, but it just doesn't have good wireless support. If you think wireless support is bad in Linux, you should see wireless support in BSD. It's pretty ugly. Pretty ugly indeed. All right, well, we have actually reached the bottom of the news articles. Is any of our Linux friends on tonight? I don't see any of our Linux friends on tonight. Let's go ahead and feed the beast, and then we'll hang out until the comments run dry. Oh, kitty, kitty. Oh, kitty, kitty. Oh, kitty, kitty. Oh, kitty, kitty. Come on up. Yeah. Take your paw in there. Do something cute. Do something cute. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Houston. Houston, we got a double catter. We've got a double catter, Houston. see if I can do this. And kitty, kitty. We got a double counter tonight. Oh. No, you gotta come this way, buddy. But your sister needs another couple too, all right? You've already had your 3. Your sister needs some more too, okay? Whoa, all right, kitty, kitty. That one is a little crazy, by the way, just an FYI. Kitty, kitty. Go on, kitty. All right, hopefully she finds it. Yank, buddy. Well, she tried to come for some kitty treats, but she did not like it that her brother jumped down there. Hopefully she finds that treat I tossed her. She did get her 3. That's good. All right, let's see. Use internet over power lines so I can plug in the internet anywhere at home by plugging into an outlet. Fun. Having internet issues. Internet seems down for most of my area. Northern New York. I have not seen any issues over here, but dumb electronics bumping into walls makes me chuckle. Still rocking elementary. Very good. Feed that kitty. ADT, yeah, you're late to the party. We're just wrapping up. Yeah, but Derek, what do you think about smart ovens that turn themselves on in the middle of the night? User error or company problem or hacked device? Hacked IoT devices. What do you mean, an oven attached to the internet's a bad idea? What? Comcast doesn't put any money into the upkeep, yeah. Other cat jump mail. I bet he eats the neighborhood too. Always the center of attention. Typical male. Yep, yep. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out. And I'll get the first of these shorter clips published up here tonight, and the rest of them will trickle out through the weekend. So thanks for hanging out. And I don't know if didn't see anybody on, but if anybody's jumping on, throw it in the comments before the comments feed stops. We will catch you guys later, and have yourselves a wonderful evening.